All right, so we're going to start with the eyeshadow base. This is called Bam Boom. It's a MAC paint.
Okay.
It prevents your eyeshadow from creasing and helps it to stay on all day long. And just softly wisp this from the lash line all the way up to the brow bone. And I'm using the 217 brush because it's a fluffier brush, so it's just going to lay the product very softly.
Okay.
And since you like more natural color, what I'm going to do is use a dark mineralized powder underneath your brow.
Okay.
And the purpose of that is just I have a highlight, but I like to just soften the color so this won't be too bright.
Okay.
And what I'm thinking that I'm going to do, I'm going to use some expensive pink. It's like a goldish color.
Okay.
And use that right in your lid. Still using that same 217 brush. I'm also going to take it just softly right to the brow bone. Just not adding more color, just using the color that's already on the brush. And just blending it out. The key to makeup, to me, is you can have a lot of colors on. But my biggest thing is making sure the color is blended.
Absolutely.
I don't like the transition. I like a nice transition. I don't want the color to just be here.
Sit down.
A lot of times people have a hard time with getting color right in here, and it's like a line.
Right.
That's not attractive.
No, it's not.
So I take the dark mineralized powder, or whatever face powder you use, and just put that right in the inner corners of the eye. So that way when you get ready to place and what I'm going to do now is use Antique. We're going to use Antique just really softly with the 225 brush right in your crease. This Antique color is you can use these two colors. Antique and Expensive Pink are two of my favorite colors because you can use them for every day and just play them up.
Okay.
And this 225 brush, it's really nice because it's really big, so it's not gonna, it's just gonna place like a wash of color.
Oh, okay.
In doing makeup, I found that using too many shimmery colors, it just kind of, you need some kind of texture difference to break the color up. So what I'm gonna do is take Fig 1. We're gonna use this in your crease, and it's a purple. We're just gonna use it with a smaller brush, right in your crease. And I also like to bring the color down to the outer corner of the eye. And again, just blending the colors out. It's very important. Just so, a brighter color with it, and it'll still look nice and tamed instead of using a lot of different colors.
Right.
I always start off light with the colors, and then I just keep blending. Keep blending and blending until, building the colors. Always better to start off with a small amount of color than to start off with too much.
What about any tricks? Because I'm out in the sun, generally. And my biggest concern with the foundation as well, I really try to stay on the skin, is, with the whole meltdown. So I'm wondering if there's particular bases over the oil base or the powder bases that'll give me a little more staying power with that heat.
Yeah, what I found, it's really hard to find makeup. Using primers are always important before you put your makeup on.
Okay. Primers your moisturizers? And
primer is like a bridge between your moisturizer and your foundation. You put your primer on first. You put your moisturizer on because that's skincare.
Absolutely.
What the primer does, this seals in the moisture, and it's like double-sided tape.
Okay.
So it holds the moisture in, but it also holds your foundation on.
Okay.
There's a few lines that have makeup that's transfer resistant and doesn't rub off, but it's very few. The color selection is where I found the biggest problem.
Right.
Now that we have this, I'm going to use just darken the crease just a little bit more, and I'm going to use a 239 brush, and I'm just going to pat some carbon, which is a black, right on the outer corner. Look at me. Close. Fill your brows in. To me, brows frame the face. It's very important to have your brows, you know.
Yeah, clean. Mm-hmm. At least you're going to do a little tricks today. Do for a touch-up.
That's the good thing with filling your brows in. Even if you need them done, you can play it off a little longer. I find myself going long without getting mine done.
Okay.
Especially when I'm filling them in.
Yeah, because I do want myself filling just a tad.
Yeah.
It's a little high maintenance right now, keeping it this clean.
Yeah, I'm using Embark in the 266 brush. To fill your brows in. Embark is just a dark brown. Have you turn your head this way a little bit. What skincare do you use?
Black soap and shea butter.
I heard a lot about that.
I use my own line, Queen Rose Shea Butter, just pure organic shea butter all over my body.
Really?
5 babies, no stretch marks. And I have eczema. So when I break out drinking too much caffeine to do whatever I'm doing, it clears my blemishes.
Right up.
It keeps my skin clear.
Your skin is absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. I'm trying.
Okay, so brows are done. The next thing I'm going to use is a liquid liner. It's called Rapid Black.
Okay.
I'm going to have you turn your head this way a little bit. What skincare do you use?
Black soap and shea butter.
I heard a lot about that.
I use my own line, Queen Rose Shea Butter, just pure organic shea butter all over my body.
Really?
5 babies, no stretch marks. And I have eczema. So when I break out drinking too much caffeine to do whatever I'm doing, it clears my blemishes.
Right up.
It keeps my skin clear.
Your skin is absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. I'm trying.
Okay, so brows are done. The next thing I'm going to use is a liquid liner. It's called Rapid Black.
Okay.
And this has a felt tip. And I always, when I'm lining my liner, it's like a liquid liner. When I'm lining my eyes, I always start at the outer corner and work my way in. And you can always get you can have more control instead of trying to, a lot of people make the mistake of just trying to draw a straight line when you're, in all actuality, your eyelid is not straight. So just short strokes and then going back over it. Look at me. Close. Like I said, just starting on the outer corner and working your way in. I always like to start with the eyes because it's easier to clean up if you make a mess, if you have some color that falls out.
Okay.
That way you don't have to, interrupt your foundation by going back and reapplying. Look at me.